Brilliant. So yeah, go ahead whenever you're ready, Chris. Thank you.
Cool, thank you, Sharna, and thanks everyone for giving up your time this evening. So as Sharna mentioned, my name's Chris. I work here with a team at JTA. I'm the head of sales. We're based in Birmingham, of all places, and we are a one-stop travel shop really for all of your needs. And I hope what I'm going to try and do today is I'm not going to bore you to death. I could do death by PowerPoint for 2 hours. I've got a quick presentation to run through, which will give you a little bit of background on what it is we do. And then what I will also then do is give you a quick demonstration of the website, showing you how to do a simple booking, and then showing you how to do a multi-center booking as well, and also to show you navigation around the website. And then what we'll do once we've done this training, hopefully, Sharna, what I'll be able to then do is, if people then want to see some of the extra bits that the website can do, because it can do some incredibly complicated things depending on people's requests, then we can do another session on that. But I certainly won't put people through that tonight, because it's a Tuesday and we don't really want that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now then is I'm going to try and share my screen, if I can get my little PowerPoint presentation up for you, and then if I can then share that, hopefully now you'll see my little presentation here for you. Okay, so what we've got first of all is, as I try and click through this, never know how it works on Zoom. Do I need to click it? Probably wouldn't even let me do it typically. Here we go. So what I've got first of all is a little video, guys. Okay, so it's just a quick video. I think there might have been some sound issues on there, so I do apologise, but I will share it with you so that you can see it in its full. It was just a Justin Timberlake song over the top of it, so there was no one speaking, so you didn't miss anything too exciting. Okay, so JTA, so designed to meet your clients' aspirations and needs. So just a little bit about where we're from. So we were established in 1972. We offer package worldwide destinations from 3-star right up to the top 5-star luxury end. We are ABTA, IATA, and ATOL protected. So we, with our flight tickets, we print the tickets, we issue the tickets, we have a ticketing agent as well. We offer UK and worldwide cruise as part of our product. We have departures from all UK airports as part of a flight only or as part of a package. And we can totally tailor make holidays to be flexible with duration. So we don't make people go for 7 or 14 nights. You can go for 5, you can go for 11, however you want to do it. And as well as that, we've got hotels all over the world, apartments, villas, tours, and a lot more. So as I mentioned, we are a bit of a one-stop holiday shop, really. We can pretty much do everything that you really do need. Okay, so first of all, let me talk about our airline partners. So I've listed them on here. So we basically work with all major airlines in the world, where we have not only access to their GDS fares, we also have access to our own IT negotiated fares, so we can actually get with some of the scheduled carriers, such as Qatar, Etihad, Qantas, Emirates, etc. We have negotiated rates for you as well. But it gives you just a snap there of some of the partners that we do work with. We also then work with thousands and thousands of hotels across the world. Like many businesses, we'll take a few bed bank feeds to top up our itinerary, top up our offering for you. But we also then do have directly contracted rates with some of the world's leading hotel chains, and they're listed there on the right-hand side. But just to give you an idea, you know, the likes of Constantine, the likes of Hard Rock Bali, Century Park in Bangkok, Rui Hotels, Domes Hotels. So with these specific hotels, which are all 4 and 5 top-end star properties, we have direct rates. So that means when you're booking it, you get a better price, because when you're working with a bed bank, ultimately there could be 6 or 7 people in that chain all taking a small cut. And it also means we've got direct availability. And it also means as well that if you do have any issues in terms of requesting availability or any problems whilst you're in resort, then we can get it sorted a lot quicker as well. Okay. We then go on to our cruise products that we offer. So we are a massive booker of cruise here at JTA. We do UK departures, so we can book them with the likes of P&O, I'm an ambassador as well. But what we're more known for is packaging cruises which depart from around the world. So we offer cruises with likes of Royal Caribbean out of Miami. We work with Virgin Voyages out of Barcelona. We work with Celebrity out of New Zealand and Sydney. So all over the world with different cruise partners. And what we then do is we fully protect it for you. So what that means is we will book the cruise, we will book the flight for the day before the cruise is due to go, and we'll also organise an overnight hotel stay as well. And along with that, you can also then tailor-make your own package. So if you want to go and have, you know, 4 or 5 nights in Miami before jumping on a Caribbean cruise, then we can go ahead and do that for you as well. All fully protected, so that if anything did go slightly wrong, a flight was delayed or whatever it may be, then we're able to cover it for you as well. We do offer competitive commission, and we do some amazing rewards, which I'll talk about later on in the presentation. And it's not just ocean, we also offer river cruising as well as expedition cruising also. To give you an idea of the cruise partners that we work with, this just gives you a selection. It's basically everyone apart from Marella. Marella's practically the only company that we don't work with. So you'll see there, we're working with some of the largest cruise lines around the world. And again, the prices you'll find are just sensational as well. Okay. We also have a little sub-brand called Bel Air Holidays. With Bel Air, that basically concentrates on our Mediterranean offering, specialising in Malta, but also in Togozo, Camino, as well as the likes of now Turkey, Spain, and your traditional Mediterranean resorts as well. I would always say that there is a different website for Bel Air. It's belair.co.uk. Your logins are the same, so it's the same password. But if you do go into the Bel Air website, you will find on there that the prices for Medsun are a little bit cheaper than what you'll find on the JTA website as well. So as well as all our hotel packages and flight packages across the world, we also have some amazing extras as well. So with the UK, we can organise theatre tickets, we can organise music events, we can do UK car hire. We work with F1 around the world as well, where you can book F1 packages, for example, to Qatar, to Doha, where we will organise 5 nights hotel stay. We'll organise the grandstand tickets for you, as well as your flights into resort as well. And we also offer Eurostar, which allows us to book into Amsterdam, Brussels, and Paris also. And as well as all that, with all the bookings we have, and I'll show you it in the process of booking, you can also add transfers to all hotel bookings and flight bookings, car hire, airport parking, and attraction tickets as well through our call centre. That car hire can be anything from a Ford Focus up to a camper van. So we have booked people to New Zealand before who fly to New Zealand and pick up a camper van at the airport and then have 21 days travelling and then fly back. And we can organise that package for you as well. Once you do book, we do have then our Manage My Booking system, which then allows you to go ahead and amend any booking or put any requests on there. So things such as name and date changes, if you want to upgrade the airline seat, you want to add luggage or add transfers, if you want to mention any special requests, it might be a special birthday or anniversary or whatever it may be as well. Okay. And then we have our rewards. So our JTA rewards are quite famous. So what we then have is a hotel only booking. So if you make a hotel booking with us for a 3-night stay, you get a £5. You can see holiday bookings there, as long as it's 5 nights, get £15 per booking. Short breaks at £10 a booking, as long as it's a minimum of 250 quid. And then luxury, when you book a 5-star hotel, and it's a minimum of £2,500 per person, you get up to £50 a booking. With our cruise bookings, you're getting £20 a cabin when you book them. And that's all through My Booking Rewards. So when you do start working with us, you just need to register with My Booking Rewards. You just have to set up an account and then you can start to log your bookings as well. On there, you'll see a number of different suppliers. You'll also see a number of different hotel chains and tourist boards. So, for example, we work with one of the Hiltons in Jamaica, which is part of Player Resorts. So if you book that hotel, which is the Hilton Rose, then what you then get is you get your booking through JTA rewards. You also get a Jamaican tourist board booking incentive, and you also get a player booking incentive as well. So yours triple dip, as it were. And as well as them, we also then monthly have special offers where you can earn even extra. So this month, we've got an airline a month, which is Singapore, and you're getting £10 a passenger with those guys. And then with Celebrity Cruises, you're earning £60 a booking on top of your £20 a cabin as well. And these change every single month. We also have a luxury cruise line. We have a niche cruise line also. Okay. And then as well as that, once we do that, we only work with independent agents. So we don't work with a lot of the main high street retailers, particularly TUI and Hayes. So we don't get involved with a lot of the Travel Weekly stuff that happens and Tiptoe and things like that. So we do our own events. So we do lots of dinners. We do with our cruise and flight partners. We do balls where we sponsor tables and take our travel agent partners along. We have hospitality at Old Trafford. We are doing later this year Robbie Williams at the Emirates Stadium. We're doing Ollie Murs at York Races, plus many, many more. And that's on top of the fan trips we do. We do about 8 or 9 fan trips a year. And if you're an active booker, we often do incentives to win that. And we also reward our top selling agents. We have a group going out to Bali next month as well, just to give you an example of that, which is great. Okay. Thank you guys for your time this evening. I'm going to give you a bit of a web demo. Before I do, I'm just going to stop sharing my screen, and I can see there's loads of stuff in the chat, Sharna. Do you want to try and answer any of those?
I've answered them as we've gone along, to be honest.
You see, I was just having a quick look there, thinking, oh my God, everyone's asking me questions, and I'm just ignoring them.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I was putting across to the guys when you were saying about the elements that you can book, the car hire, the extra transfers, tickets. Obviously, by doing that all through yourselves, meaning that they're keeping the protection for every single element for their clients.
Yeah, totally. It's almost dynamic packaging for you, being put in the hotels and the stuff you want, but doing it for a business who's going to cover it all for you. So yeah, it just takes away that risk, and then if you have an issue, it's ringing one person up and getting on with it really as well.
And Tara has just asked about any train journeys.
Yes.
You may have to expand, Tara. I mean, if it's like Rocky Mountaineer or, but that has just been asked.
Yeah, so we do. So rail journeys we do in Europe. So we, as well as doing, obviously I mentioned about the Eurostar, but Rocky Mountaineer is an example. We are able to do that as part of the package as well. You do need to ring us. I do have a list of all the train operators that we use. I'll fire it over to you, Shannon, so you can share it with the team. But yeah, we did someone who did the Italian railway. I forget the name of it, but basically Milan, right through Italy down to the south coast as well. And we can do that. So yes, train is something we can organise as part of these packages. So it isn't a cost. But let me send you a list of the ones over.
Brilliant, thank you. And as I've put in the chat there, guys, to be a step ahead of the likes of TUI, who, as we know, your biggest high street chain, but to still have the luxury of being able to use a TUI flight. Speaking to somebody yesterday, they now are the only airline that do certain direct flights. So for them not to be able to use JTA, but for us to still be able to use their direct flights is absolutely fantastic. And obviously Hayes, who pretty much come across as though there's nothing that they can't book, to know that we've got this in our pocket as well is just absolutely huge. It really is.
Yeah, and we do talk about it quite a bit because Hayes do work with some of our competitors. I don't mind mentioning them. They work with the likes of Go Medal, Jet Set, and Travel Pack. So they do work with those guys, so they can offer similar products. But what we tend to find is our pricing is incredibly competitive. So if you do quote and a customer then tries to shop around, they won't be able to get that JTA price through those other suppliers as well.
Something I said to Chris when we first had our Zoom call together, something that always sticks out for me with JTA is the amount of bed banks that they use. There is really nothing in the way of like price matching, or, you know, when you've got somebody with a competitor quote, there's really nothing in the past that I've ever come across that they've not been able to do. Because they have so many different contracts with different bed banks in place that they can always get what you want. And also, you know, those obscure rooms sometimes that you might only be able to get directly on a website or something, you guys always seem to be able to pick those up as well.
Yeah, certainly with the directly contracted properties, which where that's more of a thing, because we've got access directly into their room inventory, it makes it so much easier, really.
Has anybody got any questions for Chris? Just pop it in the chat if you have. But I think even just in that short space of time, I think you've pretty much gone through everything.
Cool. Well, let me show you how to do it. Because I think one of the things is obviously we do have a contact centre, so you can ring us. We're open from 9 until 6 Monday through Friday, and 9 until 5 on a Saturday. We are actually extending those opening hours at the moment until 7 because it's through peaks and it's really, really busy. So you can get hold of us, check availability pretty much whenever you want to try and do it. But we do have then the website when you're ready to book, and we always try to tell people where they can to go ahead and use the website, because it is the easiest way ultimately to go ahead and book with us. I'm just going to minimize while I just bring up get rid of my presentation and get everything else up. It won't be a second. Close that down without trying to shut down the training session, which could happen. Right, so if I go to that one there and then go back to you, Sharna, that's mine, and then share again. I should now, if I can. Fantastic, that's brilliant. Okay, so when you've logged in, obviously you've now got your own logins. So each individual has got their own login with your own password. When you ring up to check availability, the team will ask you to quote that login and that password as well, just so that we're extra careful with our security ultimately. So make sure that password isn't shared, it is yours, and only you can use it. So what I'm going to do first of all is just show you a bit of navigation around the website. So you'll see here we've got a rolling banner, and we've got about 10 pages on there, and that's just for our marketing messages. So it just talks about our big sale, which has been extended into February. It shows our extended opening times, shows you our airline of a month, our cruise line of a month, which I've just talked about, our luxury cruise lines of a month, where you can earn £100 a booking through February, and then some of our partner hotels, etc. So there's our market messages there. You then have our offers. So on here, you can click into it to get our latest deals. and then you can copy them and share them to your own social media. We've got any news, so anything with any new products coming on board, we'll pop them in there. Our events section is where you can see what events we've got going on and register your interest in coming along. Cruise at the moment it doesn't let you book, it just gives you information. But if you have a customer comes and says they want to go to a Caribbean cruise in June, then you can go into here and you can then search and it will show you which cruise lines are available, even though it will let you book. We do have a live cruise booking system coming in the next couple of months. When that happens, I'll have to do another training. It's incredibly exciting technology that we've been able to work with Amadeus on, and we're going to be the first people in the UK to be able to offer this, which is, for us, it's going to be an absolute game changer. Then we've got our rewards, which is where you can see about all those incentives that I spoke about. All our partner hotels, that gives you more information. Then you've got your agent tools where you can do F1 inquiries and group inquiries, and view bookings and visa information. And then you can retrieve quotes as well, where you can go ahead and book. So let me show you how to do a simple booking. So you'll see across the middle here, we've got holiday search, accommodation only. Surprisingly, that's where you just book a hotel. Flight only, where you book a flight. Multi-center is where you can go ahead and book a number of flights, a number of hotels. Cruise deals, again, is that cruise information. If you just want to do car hire events, we do it in there, and Eurostar is right on the side. So I'll do a simple holiday search for you. So what I'll do is just put where we're flying from. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do 14 nights to Thailand. So I'm going to pop in here, London Heathrow, where I want to go. So I'm just going to go to, we'll go to Phuket. So we'll go to Phuket Island, because we want to go to Thailand, because it's lovely. And we're going to go for, let's have a look at summer. So we're going to go for Friday, the 6th of June. We're going to have 14 nights. And then you can then choose your class of service. So if you want to go economy, or if you want to upgrade to business class, you can pop it in there. And then you can return differently. So if you want to return business, you can as well. Pop in the, if you've got a certain airline you want to use, you can put it in there in the search. And then you can change the amount of rooms you've got. So you can get up to 3 rooms on here. If it's more than 3, you need to give us a tinkle. And then the guests in the room. So I'm going to keep it simple and do 2 adults, 18 and over. Then we can also then select a board basis, and you can select a star rating as well if you want to try and narrow it down. So I'll take 3-star out, so we'll just look at 4 and 5. Ignore this bit because this is on my test one, which is a little bit annoying. Because I have to put in a special code for it, but there we go. So that won't be on yours, that's just for me. And then we hit search. Okay, what the system will now do is it will go ahead and search for you and find the right flights, and then we'll go ahead and select a hotel. It will always find a flight first of all, so it always leads by the flight to make sure that that's all in order first of all, and then it will load up the package prices. Okay, so it's just loading it up. I should have done something more simple than Thailand without an adjoining flight by Dubai or wherever it may be, but there we are. So you can see here the leading price we have is with Air India, and that's one connection in Delhi. It's a 3-hour layover on the way there and a 1-hour 10 on the way back. You'll also notice as well, because of this flight, because it departs on the 6th of June but doesn't arrive till the 7th, it's changed your hotel to have a look at the 7th now for 13 nights instead. So it allows you, it will do that if it's an overnight flight. So it's very, very clever. Okay. You can then change your flights. So you can search alternative flights in here. What it will then do is bring up all of the carriers who do it. Obviously, unfortunately, there's no direct flights from the UK to Phuket, but it will change with different airlines. So you can see here, if you change it to Etihad, if you click on the Etihad flight, it will then bring up the Etihad one. You can also then change it from connections. You can do 1 or 2 plus. You change your departure times. You can do your layover. So if you didn't want, you only want a short layover, you can take out the relaxed and long connections, and it will then update your search to go ahead and do that on the way out. And then likewise on the way back, you can do short connections as well. And then it will take them out as well. So you can see there now, if you did the Etihad flight, it's only a 1 hour layover on the way out and 1 hour 50 on the way back. So all you would then do is select that flight. And then once you've selected that flight, it then brings up the hotel search for you. So I'll just let that do its search while it's doing it and take a quick drink because I'm talking too much. Okay. And then it will then, so we've got that flight and then it brings up the hotels. So you can then see the prices there on the right-hand side. So all you would do is scroll down to the hotel that you require. And again, there's ways you can go ahead and break that down as well. So you can do amenities, you can go for board basis. If you want to do it all inclusive or full board, you can change it to bed and breakfast. You might then just want to look at our favorite hotels, which are ones that we recommend as well. So I'm going to do that. So then we're now looking at bed and breakfast at our favorite hotels. And then it brings up the ones that hotels that we've as a business, we've stayed at and we can highly recommend as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for this hotel here, and the price is bed and breakfast at 1426. So you then hit select. You can then choose your room type. So that's the bed and breakfast day at 1426. You can see you can upgrade to a junior suite for 1451, so it's just £25 more per person. So all you would then do is select that room type and it would change it for you and move it forward. So this is showing you a really difficult booking, guys. I'm just trying to show you how easy the normal system is. You can then upgrade your flight. So it then gives you economy comfort as an option or economy deluxe. And it shows you what you get in there as well, what you get included. And then you can go up to business class and you can see the upgrade there for 2.5K on the booking. But we'll continue with that upgrading. And then it will take you to the travel extras page. This is where you can add a transfer. So if you want to do a transfer, you could go ahead and do that and add that in there. Or you can add car hire onto the booking, and you can add parking at the airport as well. So we'll go to continue to book. You've then got 15 minutes to go ahead and confirm your booking. And you can see there, then, so it just confirms your hotel you've got. It can confirm your flight that you're booking. It also then confirms the overall price with your airline protection cover and ATOL. So you can see there the price, total of 2,915, so £1,400 per person for 2 weeks in a rather fantastic hotel. And then it shows you a deposit option here. So it's £100 deposit. And then the balance due then on 14th of March is on there as well. So you can see that you can book that for your customers with a deposit as well. So hopefully you'll like the look of that. You'll like the look of this even more. So you can create yourself a quote. So all you need to do, pop your email address in there, and then it will fire you a quote. So you can send that off to the customer. And then if you want to, you think that's a brilliant deal, I want to put that on my own Facebook page, you can then generate a poster. So you can choose a template, and then you can put a poster title in. So it's just put amazing Thailand, and then generate it. So you can do whatever you want in there. You can call it whatever you wish, and then generate. And then what it will then do, it will then do as a little poster. Look at that. So it creates a little poster for you. So you can then stick that straight on your socials, which people love as well. So if you look at new point of sale, you can do this with any of our packages. So you can just, and it will also then generate the poster, and it will find an image relevant to the destination that you're doing as well. So hopefully you like the look of that. Okay. And I'm just going to quickly now show you an easy multi-center so that you can see how that would work. So there is a couple of ways to do this. I'm going to do the most simple one today. You can do it through the flight only section and then add hotels in. That's if you want to do like an 8-stop, then that's the one to use. The normal multi-center does up to about 3 stops, so I'm going to use that one for now. So multi-center packages. So what I'm going to do is just literally, it says where you're flying from. So I'm just going to pop in Heathrow again. So from London Heathrow, the departure date you want to travel. So I'm going to look at the 2nd of May, and then destination 1. So what I'm doing is I'm going to do America. So I'm going to go to New York first of all. So if I go to New York City, I'm going to do 4 nights in New York. Then I'm going to go from New York to San Francisco. And then I'm going to do 3 nights in San Francisco, and then add destination, and then I'm going to then go to Las Vegas. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to then do 5 nights in Las Vegas. Okay. 1 room, 2 adults. I'm going to go economy, and then search. No, I haven't put my password in, Chris. Again, that's a good thing about when you do it. You don't need to worry about this little password thing that I do. Okay, so it's now searching. Okay, so what the system's now going to do, and this takes a little bit of time, so I'll try and so you'll be able to ask questions as it's doing it. So what it's now going to do for you, it's going to first of all find all of your flights. So it does take a little bit of time now, because what it's now doing, it's checking all of the flights over to New York, and then all the flights over from New York to San Francisco, and then all the flights from San Francisco to Vegas, and then all the flights back from Vegas to back to London Heathrow. So it's checking a massive number of flights and all the connections as well. But what it will then do is find the best price for you, and then that will be our starting point for building up this package. So we'll just let it search. I'll take another drink while it does it. It does take a couple of minutes, but you just need to understand how much information that the system's looking at, as it were, as well. When I started working at JTA, which was only recently, when I first did this, I was amazed at some of the value that you can get, because I would have thought, and I've worked in travel for 30 years, I thought this type of break would cost thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds. But actually, when you see the value, because of the negotiated fares that we have with a lot of the airlines and the rates as well, you'll see some of the rates are just absolutely brilliant. Okay, so it's found us here. This is the best one it's found us, and you can see here the price it's returning is a American Airlines flight out of Heathrow at 19:40 into New York at 10:30, and then we fly from New York on the 6th of May at 6 in the morning into San Fran at 9:25. You then fly out of San Francisco via LAX, land into Vegas at 21:33, and then back from Vegas overnight back into Heathrow. So you can see that's the cheapest price there. As you scroll down, you can then see the different flight times. So actually, the one below that is a better flight for me, I think, for America. So it's 9:45 into New York at 12:40, so you get that extra time there. You get the idea of how it works, and then the prices are listed down the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this flight here, because I quite like the flight time from Heathrow. So what it will now do, it'll go ahead and just pull that flight for us, and then it will then look at the accommodation which is available in New York, and then you can use the filters to get the right destination location, along with the right star grading that you're looking for as well. So it's now looking at New York for the 4 nights, and it will bring up all of the hotels that we have available. So what I'm just going to do is with each of these searches, I'm just going to look at 4 stars. So what it's actually doing for us now, it's actually, we've started to do this with a few resorts where we'll put our favourite or partner hotel at the top of the search, so that you can see what we would recommend. A bit like going into Marks and Spencer's, and when you're going in, you don't always see tins of tomatoes at the front. You want to be wowed with what are the nice things that they've got, and it's the same principle. So if you scroll down, you'll then see behind that, you'll see the Brooklyn Hotel, which is much, much cheaper. But again, you can change that. So you can just change that and look at Manhattan. And we can change that to 4-star. And then what it will then do in a second, it will then just redo that search for us as well, and just amend them. So you can then see, I've clicked 4-star, and it's not brought up a 3-star typically. It's not updated the search yet. 1 second. Always trying to run ahead of it, you see. I want it to do it faster, and it doesn't. So you can see here, Paramount Times Square is available. Doubletree by Hilton, New York Downtown, the Oyo, etc. You get the idea. And then you can scroll down to get the right hotel that you want. So I'm going to go for the Manhattan on Times Square. So I'm going to select that one. Then brings up the room type. So that's bed and breakfast 1720. So we're going to go for that one. Once it's selected that, it will then go ahead and pick up our San Francisco hotel. And for that one, I'll probably go for our top seller there is the Rui Plaza at Fisherman's Wharf. Perfect location. So I'm going to select that one. And then I'm going to go for a bed and breakfast deluxe king. Thank you very much. And then obviously once you've selected the San Francisco hotel, you guessed it, it's now going to do the Vegas property where we're going for 5 nights. And then we'll go ahead and select the hotel we want in Vegas. So again, you can start to see then all the hotels that it brings up. So what I'm going to do is scroll down to only ever 5-star. That's how I roll. Certainly when I'm demonstrating and you do 5-star. So we're going to go for 5-star hotel. Which one shall we have? We don't want Trump. We will go for what we'll go for 5-star. We'll go for the Virgin. So we'll go for the Virgin Hotels Las Vegas. So I'll select that one. And we'll go for that room type there. Okay, so you get the idea. So it's basically finding the hotels that you want along with your customer to build that package. You can then book all you can then do your transfers. If you want to do your transfers for each of the resorts, and you can do your car hire if you want to add your car hire for each of the resorts as well. But we'll continue to book for simplicity. And there you are. So what you have now is you've now got a triple center booking. So it's Heathrow to JFK, JFK to San Francisco, Francisco to Vegas via LAX, where it stops at LA. Okay, so you've only got a 1-hour layover as well. Okay. Then you've got your hotels. You've got the Manhattan, you've got the Rui Plaza, you've got the Virgin hotels, and then you can see, guys, your prices with your protection, 1,957.50 per person. So less than £2,000 per person to be able to go ahead and do that. And that is how you go ahead and do that booking. And then you can see again, you've got your deposit amount as well and when the full payment would be due. Okay.
Brilliant.
Cruises, someone said we can book cruises, but it's on the phone at the moment. So for cruises, it's on the phone, but you'll be able to book them online in the next couple of months. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night.
Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. See you soon.
Thank you. Bye. I'm going to let everybody go. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Anything else, please drop me an email and enjoy the rest of your night, everybody.